Tell us what you did in America. Um, America. Wow, mate. I have good memories of America. I went to school there. I grew up there. I got a mum and a sister there. You know, they were the good years though. They weren't the same as now. You know what I mean. It was just different. Just the whole thing was different. We didn't have anything you've got there now. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Miami Beach. I went to school in Colorado. Stayed at the Colorado Springs High School, I think it was, opposite Pikes Peak, which is an old memory. Pikes Peak. I remember that as a skiing resort. All the rich people went. I had my first love in America, which was great. Had a best mate over there. We used to do everything together at the school. In the mornings, we get fucking ripped, get stoned, go to school ripped. In the afternoon, we'd go fishing. We'd cut out the sand on the bank and sit down, rolling joints and fishing in the afternoon. Me and my friend Randy, he was a good mate of mine. I got fond memories of America, the food and the people, all that kind of thing. We didn't have a whole lot of gang violence or anything. We had gangs at school, but everyone pretty much kept to themselves. I wasn't in any huge gang or anything like that. I didn't really follow any of that. It was just me and Randy. Me and Randy used to hang out together. That was it. That was our little gang, me and him. A couple of other blokes, can't remember their name. But we had a good time, man. I always had a good fond memories of America and the food and the traveling. I went all the way through California, all the way down to Miami, Florida. I did all the traveling there. I was building shops. From memory, I was building shops, and we were at the military bases, and it was where they were buying their TVs and videos and washing machines and like a radio rentals kind of shop, and we were doing all of their displays. So wherever we were just traveling everywhere where the army bases were, building these shops to supply the army base. I remember that. We did a lot of traveling. I seen everywhere. When I was young, your entertainment was your mother dropping you off in the morning at the movie theatre, and it was a movie theatre with 15 movie theatres in it. So every single movie was playing all day long. It was just insane. And me and my sister used to just go from cinema to cinema to cinema. We never left the fucking joint. We stayed there the entire day, and we seen every single movie that was in the joint. We just didn't leave. We just went to the next cinema. Where that film ended, we just went to the next cinema and stayed there. We went to the next one, and we just seen every single movie all day long. I remember me and my sister doing that many times, many times. Other times we get dropped off at Disneyland. I think it was Disney World. I can't remember because one's in California. I don't know what its name. I think it's Disney World. I remember getting dropped off there at the front gate many times because the kids were pretty cheap back then. It was like $20-something to go into Disney World, and you could go there all day. You could just play there all day. And Mum would pick me up at 6 o'clock at night and be at the front again. And there's Mum in the car waiting. We spent the entire day, me and Danielle, in Disneyland. The entire day. We haven't left the joint. We've spent the entire from 8 o'clock in the morning till fucking 9:30 at night until the electronic parade finishes, and then we go out. Everyone's got to leave after that. So I had some really good memories there, man. I remember a black chick. She really loved me. This black chick was in love with me, and I didn't know anything about girls back then. I was too young. I was just into being a guy, building shit, and But I had this black chick chasing me around everywhere. She was so in love with me. This black chick. Yeah, I remember her. She was pretty full on. She was just chasing me everywhere, and I didn't know anything about girls, man. I really didn't. I just wasn't interested in them. I was just too young. I was just having fun with my mates, smoking dope, fucking fishing, and building rafts and building freaking cubby houses and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We didn't have girlfriends, me and Randy. We just fucking hang out together, hang out with each other. Well, I like fishing. I like rolling joints, and he likes, we'd just fucking sit there rolling joints all night. Because over there it was pretty cheap. It was only $5 for a great big bag like that. You get $5 for a bag. So a nickel bag or a dime bag. I remember them being called that, a nickel bag, dime bag. So I remember those memories. I remember growing up in Florida. I remember growing up with the Crockett clan, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Yeah, I grew up with their 6th generation or 7th generation, whatever it is. I grew up with the Ridgy Didge fucking, Davy Crockett motherfucker, the big beard, big fucking head on him, big beard, big American fucking huge American bike that he rides. And I remember him. His name was Davy Crockett, David Crockett. He was a nice man. Always good memories of Davy Crockett. He was very nice to me and my sister. He had 2 sons, and they were raving fucking lunatics. just fucking raving lunatics, man, just nuts, absolute nutters. Especially David was in and out of jail all the time. The older brother, in and out of jail all the time, always hurting people, always hurting people. Tommy wasn't. There was another one called Tommy, Thomas, Thomas Crockett, Tommy Crockett, and he ended up inheriting everything from dad. He ended up inheriting, it was his dad, not my dad. Anyway, he's a real smart ass now, just a real rich, smart ass cunt. So I didn't have nothing to do. I don't have any fond memories of him, none at all. None at all. I remember him, touching my sister when I was young. I remember him doing that, fucking cunt. I remember him doing that. And I remember all the shit that he used to cause with the family. He was pretty bad. And fighting all the time, always fighting with other blokes and trying to set me up to fight people, because that's how you're a man, you fight, right? So he'd say something to somebody, and then that person's across the road, fucking waiting for me. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I've got no idea. But he's loaded them up with a whole bunch of bullshit that I've said this, that, and the other, or whatever. So the guy's out there wanting to fight, So I fucking stroll out there, and I've got to fight this fucking bloke in the street. And then Tommy just comes out of nowhere and just nails everybody. He just nails everybody. It's just insane. Like he'll wait for it to kick off, and I'll look at Tommy and go, "What have you done to me, bro? What am I doing here? What's going on here?" So this guy's about to fucking smack me one, and then Tommy just goes in and just goes bang, and just fucking knocks every cunt out. Just starts throwing haymakers everywhere. I remember Tommy and David were like that. Both were like that. Because I looked at, I can understand what's going on, bro. What do you mean? Oh, this guy's talking shit about you. What do you mean? I don't care who he is. I remember something. I don't care about any of that, man. I don't care, bro. It's nothing to do with me. And I don't care what he says, man. So now you got to go out and you got to face him, man. You got to go out there and you got to show him, you're fucking with Crockett. You don't put up with that shit, fucking rah rah. I said, man, I don't care. I remember the day walking out there and I was shit scared. I was fucking shit scared, man. I was only a kid, man. There's all these people standing there, and there's this big guy standing there telling me that I've said this, that, and the other. I don't even know him, man. I've never met this guy at all. So the guy, I said to Tommy, man, I don't know. I've got nothing to do with this shit, man. I said, what do you got me in, And so the guy's gone duck out of him. Just absolutely, yeah. Another time, I don't know whether I've told you this one. It's just a memory, it sticks in my head, and I'm old now. But I remember coming home from school, on the way home from school, and I'd stopped in at some kind of burger place for a milkshake or something like that on the way home. And there was 3 or 4 guys there, and they, grabbed my milkshake and started pushing me around and all that kind of thing. And I was fucked, man. Like, seriously, these were big boys and shit. There's no chance. I'm only a little fella, right? I'm only a little bloke. I'm not a big bloke, okay? And, like, they started pushing me around and shit. And next thing you know, I seen David's car. I seen my brother's car, big brother's car just fucking drive past. And, oh, man, I didn't think about it. I honestly didn't think about it at the time. But I heard the car screech, fucking screeched. The tyres fucking screeched. David gets out of the car and says, "What's wrong, bro?" I said, "Oh, fucking, they jumped me and they got my thing and the fucking shit like that." He said, "What'd you do to my bro boat?" And he's looked at the guy, "What'd you do to my bro boat?" He's going, fucking bang. Guy didn't even answer. Guy didn't even get to answer. He's fucking banging him, bang the other guy, bang. He banged all 3 of them. He banged all 3 of them. There was all fucking blood on the wall and blood all over the fucking floor and shit. I felt fucking really bad, But I was just walking down